Hey guys, welcome back to my watercolor channel, and today I paint a boat. So it is a very simple painting, and I start with the background, just adding some of the deep yellow and then some green, so very light green mixed out of deep yellow and ultramarine blue, but not too much blue so it really retains its bright color. I add some cobalt blue there as well, so I have a nice contrast here. And then I take water and add it underneath this bash or this tree line, and add a little bit of ultramarine blue there as well. So the green colors are flowing downwards really nicely. I continue with the lower half of the painting, so just adding of a darker green, and there will be some grass standing basically in front of the boat, and then as well spreading the colors with the brush and with some clean water. I wanted the shape of the boat is surrounded by the water, so being a little bit careful and spreading it with the brush also around the foam of the boat. But then I left some space on the right side, so I'm kind of fixing it now and adding more of the bluish colors. My paper has been relatively quite wet, so it's possible. And then continue with the sky where I wetted it, and then I add or tap with the brush some ultramarine blue there, and I want it to be quite light in color, so not too much there. I also start to add the water ripples, and using a stronger blue. My paper there, or the paints are still quite wet relatively where I've painted before, but already on the left side it's relatively dry. I continue with the horizontal line, adding a little bit over the details, but as well as adding with a split brush some of the grass already. It is quite light in the layer, so I would add later on more color there. But adding already some of the different green shades which at the back, so it doesn't feel so empty there, and a little bit the horizon line is emphasized. I continue with the boat, so just adding a very light layer of yellow ochre, and then I just add darker layer, so it's basically more of the yellow ochre but much more stronger in the pigment, and it fits here quite well, as well as adding some of purple. So I have a purple made out of cobalt blue and crimson red, which gives a very nice shiny and bright purple there. But I also add some of the cobalt blue, so around the side, so it's a little bit like reflecting the shadowy area of the boat as well as of the water. I continue to add some more of the green underneath the boat, so I have several colors of the greens that I have used before, so a bit lighter green and darker green, as well as some of the yellow ochre, spreading it nicely there. I continue to add some now darker arms or stems of the grass, and it looks much better now, so I can see the light layer as well as the darker layer, and it gives a really nice contrast to the grass, as well as adding more of the darker green into the back. So here it really kind of like emphasizes now the horizon line. I continue with the boat, so I use of a yellow ochre, the same color I have used before but stronger in pigment, as well as cadmium red. So I think those colors fit nicely together, and it gives a very beautiful orange. And I try to orientate onto the shape of the boat, as well as adding more of the purple that I have used before, which contains a lot of crimson red. So it's kind of like leaving occasionally some of the first layer to shine through. And then spreading it with a little bit more water and a little bit of the purple there, so it's mixing nicely together, as well as adding those colors at the back of the boat. And then onto the left side of the, a bit of a greenish colors, I believe, so it's reflecting more of the grass there with more of the water. A very, very colorful boat here. And then to emphasize more of the shape, I add green colors underneath. So I thought the first layer, second layer, they were not strong enough, and I wanted to have more pigments, and therefore I added more green, and as well as a stronger yellow ochre, which looks nearly brown. Now we are nearly at the end line of painting this boat, and it's just really adding details. Here I use mainly the top of the brush, and then adding basically or emphasizing the panels of the boat, so it has some more details as well as adding more lines onto the top of the panels. They don't need, or top of the edges, they don't need to be continuous lines, and can be a little bit broken, so it looks much better. And then kind of like continuing adding light colors are there. A bit more darker areas, so the boat gets a little bit more of a contrast. Maybe a little bit of overpainted there, but yeah, that's adding there a bit more darker reflection to the grass. And that's basically it. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe. Bye.